All right, and numbers should be out. Not too much of a stir here. You've got the NASDAQ trading a little bit down and then back up. You got the dollar staying where it's at. Euro dollar down. Here's the NASDAQ tumbling a little bit. Dollar trading up now. Gold underneath the lows, guys. Look at this. Okay, we do have some volatility coming into the markets, a little bit of a delayed reaction, but unemployment numbers coming out at 242. This is a less than expected unemployment claim, which is of course showing minor strength in terms of the job market. So of course, unemployment claims, the more unemployment claims that come out, the worse off the job market is. So lower than expected job numbers, unemployment claims here this morning, causing the dollar to strengthen a little bit. While the NASDAQ shoots down and captures back those losses fairly quickly. Here's the euro trading down and the gold market hitting a fresh low at 1969.95. We are coming back into the 1960s here on the gold market. Let's have a closer look and see what's going on with the dollar here this morning. DXY again trading up. Look at this. There's your 15-minute chart, seeing some continued strength. And this is why, guys, when the market is in momentum, I do not try and short it, right? This has been a tough one to try and short. And there it goes. Dollar strength yet again, showing some strength here. Yeah. What are your thoughts on the pound USD? If you'd like to share your screen, maybe a lower time frame perspective would be helpful today as we see the dollar strength continue pushing some of these dollar pairs back to their extremes. What's your thoughts on USD pairs as a whole? But maybe start with pound USD.
Do you have any questions about any of our products or services? Right now, members of the A1 Trading team are standing by, waiting to assist you. You can head over to our website, a1trading.com, and click the icon in the bottom right-hand corner to chat with one of our team members live. You can also go to a1trading.com/contact and fill out the Contact Us form, and someone will get back to you shortly. We have our helpful and friendly members of our support staff ready to chat with you anytime Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Time. So what are you waiting for? If you have any questions, feel free to chat with us live right now on the A1 Trading website.
Sure. So I do trade the pound. So let me take a look. Well, and I'll do 1 hour. Can you see the screen?
Yep. Okay, we can see it, yes.
So for me, this one is range bound in this area right here. So I would like to see it break out to the upside or to the downside. So right now I'm being more patient, but I am seeing some potential. Overall, it is moving to the downside, looks like it, but it's just not giving me those big pushes that I used to see on the pound. So I want to see big moves. I don't want to see these longer consolidations and these longer pullbacks. So I'm just looking for established momentum, and I really want to see that large momentum for the pound.
Sure. And so give me a, Marco, in terms of price action, bull case, bear case. Show me, so because it seems like you're pretty agnostic. Right now, it's choppy, it's back and forth. You're agnostic to what price does. You're willing to sell if something arises, you're willing to buy. Is that right?
Exactly. So right now for me, it's in no man's land, basically.
Yeah.
So for me to be interested as a buyer, it would need to move away from this general level. So it would need to break this level and continue. So break and then continue, because most of the time it will just break and retrace back into the range, right? So I'm interested in a break of this level, and to sell, I would need to see it break this level and again give me some nice strong momentum. An example of some nice strong momentum for me would be, well, let's quickly try to find something. This would be an example. So this leg and this leg, that's what I'm looking for. That's kind
Marco,
of what I want to see.
Remind me too, so let's say it breaks to the downside. Are you selling the break itself, or are you looking to sell pullbacks? How are you playing those?
Yeah, so I'm looking to sell pullbacks.
Okay.
The way I trade is I wait for momentum, and I wait for the candle to close solidly, and to move away far away from the range, and then I look for it to pull back, give me a flag formation or a break and retest at the bottom right here, and then I just get in on a pending order. So I don't trade a retest of this whole level.
Gotcha. Okay. So you're looking basically for that quick break, quick retest, and just it should either continue quickly or you're sort of looking to get out.
Yeah, especially for the pound, because I found on this pair, if like the impulse looks like this, where you have blue candles, or it's not really moving with big candles, it usually doesn't continue. So I want to see consecutive blue or consecutive red candles move away from the range bound area. So especially on this pair, I need to see that nice big large push. But when it does push, it really continues. So when I see a move and I get in the trade, it usually banks some really, really nice percentage. Again, it has been slow for the last couple of weeks, even months, but that's how it works in Forex. We can have these long periods.
Right.
So, yeah.
It seems like for me, and probably yourself too, Marco, the winners, when they come very quickly, and they come like you catch something and it just runs and runs and runs, and then most of the time you're just either getting stopped out with small losses or just waiting for that next opportunity to form. So I definitely feel you there. I want to show you something too. As we have been talking about, the dollar continues to strengthen, and the gold market here on my screen is trading now at the lows. We've got 1966 printing here, which is crazy to see. You've got this big push here. We're back in the 1960s. And my thought process, I think last time we were speaking, I was telling you I was pretty bullish on gold. I got stopped out of a trade, but if I'm being honest, I'm feeling really good about my stop loss, because my stop was just below this market structure here. So this is a daily chart that we're looking at. Price came down to my level once. I entered a trade here. I trailed and I made money on that first trade. I tried to get back into the trade thinking that, hey, this support should hold, round number play around $2,000 an ounce. And we initially saw a little bit of reaction, but then price rolled over. But the reason I say I'm feeling good about my stop loss is because I stopped out here and I haven't been holding that back. So the thing I want to talk about here, and one thing, Marco and I are talking about in terms of trading, like a lot of times it's a lot of waiting. It's hard sometimes to find lots and lots of setups. And sometimes you do and you stop out. One thing I want to stress is that it's not always about your winners as a trader. In fact, it's sometimes about your losers and keeping them tamed, under control, so that you can make room in the account to experience drawdowns for when that good opportunity comes along. So, I stopped out here. And I haven't entered again because, again, I think we lost that momentum on gold, at least for now, to the upside. It seems like sellers are just very, very strong here, with that dollar market just being, red hot, it seems. Here's a look also at the dollar here, which continues to drive higher. You can see it's almost like as soon as it broke away from this consolidation, the dollar train has just not stopped. So for me, I am, from a fundamental perspective, still bearish on the dollar. But this is the trouble with fundamentals, right? Fundamentals are an excellent way to add confluence to your trading for some traders. Some people don't use them. I use them a lot. It's just personal preference. I've always, I'd like to know the story behind the markets to see if I think the trend is likely to continue or not. But one thing I want to point out here, Marco, is that, the trend here to the upside is rock solid. It's so strong. And even though fundamentally I don't agree with it, I'm not going to let that fundamental bias blind me from what the chart is telling me, which is this super strong upward trend. So what, any other dollar crosses, what are you looking at here today in terms of, do you have any trades open, anything that you're looking at dollar? Feel free to share whatever you're looking at.
Sure. And just to say one thing, so about us waiting for the winners, I know for me, I have 2 or 3 months that are winning months, big winning months. Rest of the months are slow, mostly losses. So I rely as a swing trader on the 2 to 3 months to pay for all of the other, let's say, crappy months. So it's really a waiting game, at least for me. Maybe on the lower time frames, it's a bit more action in the month. But for me, I just wait for a really long time, especially like I said, on the pound, I haven't had a good trade for a few months now. But I know one is coming, and that's why I trade different pairs. So for the other dollar crosses, I really like the euro and the US dollar. So what I like about it is the price action that is right here. So I noticed a pattern where this pair likes to descend, just barely breaks the major lows, and then gives me a nice push, gives me an entry, and continues trending down. And I'm seeing that exact pattern right here. So price went down, struggled, paused a bit, then broke down, struggled again, but now we're getting that momentum. So if this closes like it is closing now, if it doesn't print a huge wick, I'm 100% looking for a flag here, or I'm looking for a break and the retest, or I'm looking for this to continue going down. But I really like this pattern, and most of the time this sort of price action does continue trending to the downside. And I can see, so it's 3 more minutes until it closes, and I think it's gonna close like this. So yeah, this pair is 100% on my watch list. Another pair I trade is the Aussie US dollar, which is breaking out from a range. For me personally, I don't see any high probability pattern forming as of yet. So maybe this momentum will continue. If it does, I would look to sell, but I need to see 2 or 3 consecutive red candles going down to give me that conviction that the price has moved away from the range. Again, that doesn't have to happen. We can also reverse. If that happens, I will look to buy. And the last one was, of course, the pound, where I am as well being more patient because I'm not seeing that strong momentum as I mentioned. So EU is very interesting to me for right now.
Yeah, I mean, Euro USD, I would say, is of the dollar crosses, it seems to be one of the most waterfalling pairs, right? It's just falling down, it just keeps tumbling. And I'm with you. I mean, I love to trade charts like this. Of course, in the case of gold, I can already hear my critics saying, "What about gold? It's trickling down, and you were long," which is true. And that's a chart that I don't want to be long, right? So it kind of goes with that. And also, again, to follow up with your point, Marco, someone in the audience, Patrick here, says, "Great job, Marco. You're a real trader." I want to just reiterate the concept that you said about having just a couple winning months when you're trading. For the way that I think we relate in this way, bigger moves, like you have a wider risk to reward. Many new traders are very, very turned away by the idea of not winning very often. But when you do have those big winners, they're very, very meaningful. So that's just the reality, is that it comes down to, same for me, over the years that I've been doing this, most of my profits come from select incredible trades. I'm a trailing stop trader. So what that might mean is there are occasionally winners that for me could go to 10R, and a 10R trade can be, month or even year or quarter changing events. So it's sometimes just about setting up your charts, wait for those setups, and being so patient to try and find those events where you're on the right side of it and you just hold on for dear life and it just keeps going and going.
Don't forget to check out the links in the description if you want our broker recommendation, access to our free Discord, free EdgeFinder, or want to chat with us on Telegram. Remember, you can watch us live in the markets every morning starting at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time, and we have lots more free trading tools and content available on our website, a1trading.com. Thanks for watching.